I normally start with news, but I think I'm flipping it. I'm starting with charts, then news. Let's look at the charts real quick. And we print a green candle right now, but don't get all excited about this. I'm going to tell you, I know I show you exactly what I've been doing. I'm very transparent with my audience. So let's go ahead and look at it. That's why people love coming on my lives. So the Feds raised the rates up 75 basis points, and, that caused a tank in the market. Boom. That means we went from, what was it up here? About 20,800 up here. And now we're down to the 20,179. That's not bad. I mean, the highest that we've been in these last couple of days here is 21,000. So it didn't fall too bad. I mean, it didn't fall too bad. This is not bad at all. It's still pretty much consolidating. So you got a lot of people out here all on YouTube telling y'all that the market is bullish and Bitcoin is bullish and stuff like that. Remember, I showed you yesterday and I'm gonna show you today because I think that you'll appreciate what I showed you yesterday, and being able to see it today, you'll appreciate what I showed you. So let's go here to my stream deck and let's pull up my other charts here. That's so cool. I just pulled up 4 charts on the fly. Shout out to my daughter who gave me my stream deck. That's just super dope. All right, so you already know, well, let me just go back here. You already know we're pretty much moving sideways here. This is a consolidation pattern, right? Pretty much moving sideways. Let me show you what I mean. If I was to screech this down here, you see how that's pretty much moving sideways right there? That's called a consolidation pattern. So Bitcoin is not doing anything special. It's not really bullish. It's not really bearish. It's pretty much even keel for the most part. Now let's go here and find out what's going on over here on this 200-week moving average, which is important. We got the red line here, this one. That's the 200-week moving average. The blue line here, up here, you can't see it. I got to pull the screen down because you see that? This blue line, that's their 50-week moving average. Here's what you need to understand about Bitcoin. It's very simple for y'all who don't know how to chart. Anytime Bitcoin is above the 50-week moving average, a lot of money is going to be made. You're going to be bullish. A lot of money is going to be made in the market. Make no mistake about it. There's Bitcoin above the 50-week moving average there. And that was all through 2020, all the way over here through 2021, right? Then you see it above here. That's 2019 that it was doing that. You can see it over here in 2017 during the bull cycle over 2017. You get the idea. Bitcoin is above this 50-week moving average. You're going to be making a lot of money and the market's going to be bullish. If it ever falls below the 50-week moving average, in this case, the blue line, it falls below it, it normally catches itself as a safety net on this 200-week moving average like it did in the bear market of 2018. If you don't know that that was the bear market of 2018, make sure you read my ebook where I literally explain it to you, and I have it here. You can see here, that's year one. That was a bear market. You can see the market crashing down right there. That was a bear market, 2018. 2014 was also a bear market, and you know that we're in a bear market right now in 2022. All right. So Bitcoin caught itself on the 200-week moving average here. 2 years later, because that was 2018, 2 years later in 2020, the market came crashing down. This was the COVID crash. People took all their money out of 401ks, out of stock market and all kind of stuff. The market came crashing down faster and harder than it ever did in human history. And when I say that, even faster than and harder than the Great Depression, look at all the volume here. In case you didn't know that, that's history. That was a lot of volume. And, it still didn't close candles below this red line. It caught itself here for the most part. And it was, kind of a safety net. People who bought the dip down here got rich because they bought crypto when it was super cheap. Look, I want to make sure that people remind you, Bitcoin came all the way down here. Look at that. That's $3,900 Bitcoin. And I want to remind people, Bitcoin went all the way up here to $68,000 during that bull cycle. Look. 68. Can you imagine if you was buying Bitcoin at $3,900 and it goes all the way up to 68,000? That's what happens in a bull market. This was a bear market for the most part. This was a black swan event, I should say. Black swan event, people bought that dip and got rich. This was a double top, by the way. So where are we at right now, Calvin? Now that I kind of understand that if Bitcoin is above the blue line, we're going to be making a bunch of money and we're bullish. And if it ever falls on this red line, that's a safety net. But shit, Calvin, I can kind of see right here that Bitcoin is traveling below that freaking line. Is it not? Yes, it is. Look. Oh my gosh, this can't be good. That means Bitcoin did not catch itself on the 200-week moving average, and we have been closing candles below it. How many weekly candles have we done that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This was on it, so I'm not gonna count that, but that pretty much could have been 6. But 5, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 candles that we have right now closing below the 200-week moving average. Bitcoin is extremely bearish right now. The market for crypto, it's extreme bears. Anybody telling you anything different, trying to pump you up, talking about, oh, the market is bullish and blah, blah, blah. This is just lies. These are lies and half-truths. If I was to speak in my English voice, these are lies and half-truths. It's not true. It's bearish. Bitcoin is bearish. The market is bearish. Make no mistake about it. You should be dollar cost averaging into the market because these assets are stupid cheap right now, and it's nowhere looking like bullish. Now, if you want to know what bullish looks like, let me give you some numbers. Please write these down because I think you'll respect me if I give you these numbers instead of just spitting some bullshit like other people do. All right? So, Bitcoin needs to come back up here, and it needs to close candles above this red line because that's the 200-week moving average. So I'm going to put my crosshair here and give you your first number. If you want Bitcoin to be bullish, it has to get up here to 200-week moving average, and that is going to be $23,900. You could write that. You could write this number down, and you could take me to the bank on this number. Bitcoin is not bullish until it can get above this 200-week moving average, and that means $23,900. That's a fact, what I'm saying to you. It has to get above it, and it has to start closing candles above this red line. That's your 200-week moving average. That's the beginning of, look, air quotes, bullishness. To be seriously bullish, you have to be above this 50-week moving average. Let me give you the number on that. Write it down in case anybody starts talking to you about that other shit. You know better. $32,100. Just say that. 32.1. Just spot check me on this, okay? All right? $32,000 Bitcoin is where it has to be in order to start being bullish. That means that's the beginning of being bullish. You have to actually start closing candles above the blue 50-week moving average. So there you go. You got two numbers now. Stop letting people lie to you because there's no need for people to lie to you. Y'all are grown and sexy people and you don't need people to lie to you. $23,000, let's just call it 23, 24,000 right here. And then the Bitcoin needs to come up here and get above this 50-week moving average, about 32,000. Do y'all agree with that? Does anybody agree with that? Is that not just me just telling you the truth? All right. I don't have a YouTube channel that I'm trying to get a bunch of views so I can make Google AdSense money for every view that you watch. So I'm giving you all of this hopium and all this BS. It's just the truth. It is what it is. All right. So does everybody agree with me on that? Y'all agree with that? Y'all like that information? Okay, great. Let's go ahead and look at some more charting here because this is all important information. Because if you're going to put money into the market, you should know that we're bearish and don't let people start telling you and pumping you up, talking about we're in the bull market and stuff like that. All right, so check this out. This is my EMA ribbon. It's my famous EMA ribbons because this is a custom chart that I made. And this custom chart is no joke. It's going to tell you the truth and it is not going to lie to you and it cares nothing about your feelings because it only deals with numbers and men and women lie, numbers don't. So don't get emotional on me. I'm just going to tell you what it is. Don't get all up emotional. Check your emotions. Okay, we're looking at Bitcoin from the exponential moving average of the 20 on a daily. These are daily candles that we're looking at. So the 20 EMA, which is yellow, and the 55 EMA, which is red. Okay. Here's all you need to know. If you're ever looking at my chart and this yellow line is above the 55, the red line, and these ribbons are separated like that, you're going to be bullish. That means money is going to be made in the market. You could clearly see that, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of money being made in the market going up bullish. Is that right? The yellow line has to be above the 55 red line. What, Calvin, what happens if the yellow falls below the red line? You mean to tell me if an entanglement situation happens? You mean if Jada Pinkett Smith shows up right here and she's got Will Smith crying at the table, this red table talk, you slept with your son's best friend right now and we have a serious entanglement, right? Anger is all up here and the sunshine has fell down. Let me show it to you on this because I actually put it to where I gave you a thumbs down on that. Look, this is what happens. You get a thumbs down for that one, Jada. You can't sleep with your son's best friend, okay? Thumbs down on that, ma'am. That's bearishness. That means a lot of money's being lost. You got attorneys and stuff. You talking to people. Y'all splitting up. You deciding that you might even get divorced here. This is bad, all right? And then you get some help, And then people come in with some counseling and I give you a thumbs up because the sunshine is coming back into the marriage, okay? You got sunshine up here and the anger is dissipated down right here and right? All the anger is separated. And then you get sunshine. There's a lot of money being made here. See, you're back happy. Will's back making movies. He ain't slapping people and shit. This is really good stuff, is it not? Right? That's a true story. It is. I'm not gonna let it go. He shouldn't have did it. So I'm gonna use it on my TikToks. I'm gonna use this. All right. This is what's happening out here in these streets. Okay. So once again, if you ever see the 20 fall below the 55 and it separates, you're gonna be bearish. Is that true? That is true. And Calvin, when you give us a thumbs up, it has to be the yellow above the 55 red line, right? Separated. That's correct. So here you can see in April, I gave my last thumbs down. I have not gave any thumbs downs or up since April. That means the market has been bearish. Now, anybody doesn't believe that, let me pull back and show you the macro. This is the entanglement right here. The yellow line falls below the 55 and the ribbons separate. Somebody tell me, somebody make it up to me. Is this bearish or bullish? Look at the line. Anybody that's smart enough and knows what bear and bull stuff is. By the way, for those of you who don't, bullish means the market is going up like this. This has been bearish and it has been bearish ever since April when I gave a thumbs down. I love my chart. It is bespoke and it is the absolute truth. And if you try to argue with it, you are going to lose. You want to know how I know that? Let me go here and show you something right now. I'm going to zoom in on this real quick so y'all can see exactly where we are right now. People are telling you that Bitcoin is bullish. Well, let me zoom in on this. Let me zoom in a little bit further. Look. The yellow line has been pulled up to get into the ribbons, but it hasn't got all the way entangled and it hasn't crossed the 55. People are telling you that Bitcoin is bullish. And what is your statement to me? Is it? Is it? Or is it just kind of just trying to figure itself out as it moves? It moved up and then it's kind of figuring itself out in consolidation pattern. And now now these ribbons are actually starting to curve a little bit down. You don't know what Bitcoin is. Don't stop telling me it's bullish when I can clearly see that the yellow is still below that 55. Is that correct? This is still bearish, y'all. You're looking at this thinking that it's not, but I want to pull back. You're looking at the micro and I want to pull back and show you the macro. Remember, the macro is this right here. Your entanglement was over here. This is your macro right here. Stop telling me we're bullish. We're still bearish on the macro, just so you understand. That means shit. That doesn't mean anything, okay? I just want to make sure everybody understands that about this chart. It's not a game, all right? This yellow ribbon has to get tangled up and cross over the 55 for you to be bullish. Anything else that you see, you're going to get wrecked. Now, how do I know that? Look what happened right here. Look, is that not true? Look at all of this movement and people thought that we were bullish only to get wrecked. The yellow ribbon starts getting pulled up and it never crosses and people got absolutely thrashed right here. Let me zoom in on that section right there so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Look at this. Oh my gosh. You would have thought that you was gonna make a bunch of money here. You thought you was gonna make a bunch of money chasing those big green candles, but I was looking at the yellow ribbon and it was never close to the 55. Got all the way up here. People thought they was gonna get rich and it was in a bull market and it never crossed. It got close and bam, dumped on your ass. That is a major problem. Look who showed up. I always tell people, if you chase big green candles, okay, you will get big red dildos. Listen to me. If you chase big green candles, you will get big red dildos. This is the no Vaseline section right here. This is Shawshank Redemption. This is this man right here and his stormtroopers. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's not a game. None of this is a game if you don't know what you're doing in the market. You will get thrashed. Y'all ever heard Ice Cube song 1987, No Vaseline? That's what it is right there. That's the no Vaseline section. Ice Cube, 1987. Go listen to that. Go listen to that right there. I'm telling you, it's not what you want to do in this market if you don't know what you're doing. I'm just letting you know right now. You will get greased up real good. I'm serious. Look, people thought here too. Look, the market is bullish. Da 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 da. The yellow ribbon was still completely below the 55, completely separated. People got their ass handed to them. Darth Vader showed up. Look at that, man. Look at that. That's a long one, ain't it? Don't do it. Don't do it, man.